Hey, hi. Let's move on to the question 15 of day DBMS. There are six requirements here. Uh, let's read the first one and let's do one by one here. What is the database relationship between the supplier table and the GRN table? Write it down. Write it down in the ER diagram. So here you can see. Uh, so I want to say so there are this is the supply table. This is the supply table, and this is our GRN table. So GRN does need so in this case you can see supplier table. It's the supplier ID has to be the unique one, so you can identify each supplier by the supplier's ID or email. You can, but in this case this primary key is supply ID. Also you can see here in the GRN table, GRN ID is the primary key. Also there is a column for date, and there is a quantity, unit price, and the total amount. So basically supplier the GRN will record the details of the products, uh, the suppliers products, and when they purchase the product from the supplier, and how many products they bought, and the unit price and the total. And let me demonstrate here. So I'm going to say there is supplier ID, right? So the supplier ID is 1, and the product date is 5 on the 5th of February, and he bought 6 products, and the unit price is 100 rupees, and the total is, so 600 rupees. So he bought it from who? He bought it from CBL. So the ID is CBL. So ID is 1. So the color has to be red in this case. So the color is red. So this is the first GRN table. Let me find a good color. Let's say it's not that good. This looks perfect. So on the same date, he bought the same product. I mean, not the same product. Uh, they say he bought 600. He bought 6 chocolates. The unit price is 100. So he bought 6 chocolates from the CBL. Also, he bought 6 chocolates from Nestle. So the ID is 2. So you can see here the ID is 2. In here the GRN ID is also 2, and the color must be this color. So Nestle is this one. On the same you can say not the same day, on the next day, on the next week, he bought 8 biscuits from CBL. Let's say 8 biscuits. The unit price is 200. So 18 to 2 16, I guess. Yeah, CBL, the ID, GRN ID will be 3. Also on the next on the same date, he bought another product, another different product from Nestle. In this case, the GRN will be 4, and he bought some different what else Nestle provides. Let's say, I guess, snacks, anything, drink. Yeah, they bought 6 Nestle drinks. So let's say 8, no, 10. The price is unit price is 1000. So the total will be 1000. No, 10,000. Uh, so you can see here there is a so this uh, this is a one-to-many relationship technically. So you can see here I have I have added some arrows. Those are tiny arrows, but you can figure it out because I have zoomed it a little bit. So you can see even if we brought the same product from different suppliers, you can see this is those are same products, right? It would be considered as a unique record because each records are unique, so they cannot be this won't be go to the like this won't go like this. This one won't go like this, and let me zoom it out. Oh, to this one, and to this one, because one record is from one supplier. Each record from one supplier, you can see this 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 record is from one supplier, but suppliers can make multiple records, right? So this is a uh, one-to-many relationship. So let's create the relationship here. So so one supplier can do multiple records, so one-to-many relationship. So we figured it out. So let's move on to the second one. So the second one is find a relationship or figure out a relationship between GRN and the product. So you can see here the on the 5th of February, um, the shop owner got a product, not a one product. He got 6 chocolates from the CBL supplier. So the GRN ID is 1, the supplier ID also 1. On the same date, he bought 6 Milos from Nestle company, and the price is 100. So 1 into 6 is 600 the total. Also you can see here the 8th of February, he bought the supplier, CBS supplier, provided the same type of product that he had provided on the 5th of February. So those are same type of for us. You have to note this same type of products. Also in here, in the 5th of February, the Nestle provided eggs. Product name is eggs. And the 28th of February, the Nestle supplier supplied the same type of product name called eggs. So you have to mind those things, this one, and this one, and this one. So 1, 3, and 4, 5. So we need to create a product table. So product table we have already created, but there are 3 attributes: product ID, product name, and product code. So product code is basically, you can say, you can create a code and you can customize it. Like if I get a product from CBL, I can say C. And if it's a product, if the product type is a chocolate or edible thing, you can say 1, so C1, and the product and the unique number. So let's say let's move on with the product code. So I got the product from CBL and it's an edible product, so I'm going to say 1, and the product code would be 01. So the product code is 01, and the product ID is, this is the first product that we're going to store in the product table. So 01, the 1, product ID will be 1, and the product name we have to mention like this: CBL chalk. So there can be chocolates from Nestle, there can be chocolates from Agro, right? So that's why I have mentioned the CBL chalk. So if it's a Nestle chalk, there would be another, it will be mentioned with a new ID, with the new product ID. So I'm gonna change the color, right? And you can see here, you can basically see the relationship. One to many relationship, because let me give you another example. Because also there's another product called there's a product called Nestle Milo. So I'm gonna say NES Milo, and the product code would be N. It's an edible thing, so it's 1, and the product ID I want to say 105, and the product ID is number 2. So the color, we had to change the color purple, so you can, so it's in the product Nest Milo, it's in the GRN table twice. So I'm gonna copy the arrow here, and here, sorry, here and here. So one product called CBL chalk can be in the GRN table, can be in many places in the GRN table. You can see here, and this product in here and here. uh, but one GRN can have one product, and because you can see here one GRN can have one product, or if the supplier supply two different products on the same date to the customer, like this, let's say like this. I'm out of space right now. Let's say if we bought biscuits on the same date, biscuits CBL biscuits, he bought it from CBL the same date. This considered as another product. This cannot go to this one, right? Because this product cannot be go to this one. This will go to a new product called CBL biscuits, and the product code would be new code, like this. So this is a one-to-many relationship. One product can be in many one GRN can in one product, because one GRN holds one product. If it holds multiple products, we can say something, we can change the whole scenario. We have to change the whole, this whole scenario will be changed to something else, but I guess this is the right one. And let's move on to the third one. Now let's move on to the third one. So third one is basically find the relationship between product and the stock table. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna copy those stock results, the product results, product product, where else we call product details. So this is the table, product table. Product ID is this is a product ID. In CBL biscuits product ID is 3. In the previous video, I didn't change the. Yes, see, I didn't change the product ID, so you have to change the product ID to 3. So now we have to create a stock table. But before, we have to understand what is a stock. In a stock, there can be multiple stocks, right? Let's say let's add another product for the demonstration purpose. go powder. So powder. So I want to change the color so we can understand more concept. There are 4 products in our product table. So in a store there can be multiple stores, stock, like stock 1 only holds rice, and stock 2 only holds stock 2 only contains the grocery stuff, not the biscuits and the other snacks stuffs. And stocks 3 can contain it can contain only like what else, oil stuffs. So that can be stock 2, stock 3, multiple stocks, right? So how are we gonna figure out the product and the stock relationship? So let me demonstrate it real quick. So there are stock 1, right? There is a stock 2, there is stock 3. So let's say stock 3 contains powders, the chili and the other stuffs, and the stock 1 contains Milo, the stock 2 contains biscuits and chocolate. So now we have, I think now we can understand thing. So I'm gonna say stock 1 is the ID for stock 1, no, the number 1. So I'm gonna say S1 is going to be the ID of stock 1. S1 holds the product here, number 1. Number 1 is CBL chalk, and also it must include other stock. It must include the quantity and selling price. Yes, we can get the quantity from the GRN, right? We can get the GR, or we can get it from product also, because let's say 100, quantity is 100, and the selling price, it has to be defined by the shop owner. So let's say 400 rupees, he bought the CBL chalk for 100 rupees. Now he's selling it for 400 rupees. So and the next Milo, now I'm gonna store the next Milo in the stock 2. So how I'm gonna enter the data of the stock 2, next Milo. So the product ID is 2, the stock ID is 2, S2, and the product selling price, no, the quantity was Milo's. Let me figure out find the Milo's quantity. Yes, 6. The selling price is defined by the shop owner, 500. So this is the stock 2, and Also, I'm gonna store the CBL biscuits in the same uh, stock where we have stored the CBL chocolate. So copy and paste it over here. S1, the product ID is 3 in this case. The quantity was CBL biscuits quantity was let me figure it out. Is there any? No, it was later added, so I'm gonna say it's here. Imagine there are 10 CBL biscuits and selling price is 400. So you can see here there is a one-to-many relationship is building up. And I want to store the grow powder, the chili, the powders in stock 3. So S3, the ID is 4, the product ID is 4. There are 20 kilograms. The selling price is 1000 rupees. So you can see here there is a so what is the relationship here? Let me figure out the relationship real quick. So basically one product uh, no, many products can be in a one stock can contains multiple products like this 1 and 3. S1 can contains this one and this one. Sorry, the S1, not this result. I'm talking about the ID. This ID can contain like this because S1 can contain multiple products, but one product cannot be contained in multiple stocks because it would be a big mess. Like if we say like if we, if we say like this, like uh, the Nestle Milo is in the S1. Also the Nestle Milo in the Nestle Milo in the S1. Also the Nestle Milo in the S2. It cannot uh, this scenario is a error. So one product can be contained in one stock and multiple one stock can contain multiple products, so it's a one-to-many relationship. So this is the relationship between stock and the product. One stock can contain multiple products and one product can be contained in one stock. So yeah, now let's move on to the fourth question. So let's move on to the fourth one real quick. So what is the database here? What is the database relationship between the product table and the customer table? So what is the relationship? Let me create those tables basically. What's the relationship between the product and the customer? So this is the product one. Hold on. So this is the product table. Has to be a unique one. So this is going to be the customer table. Customer has a customer. To uniquely identify a customer, we basically use the customer ID. So ID. So let's say the ID with CU001. His name is Rag. So he is the first customer who registered in this shop as his customer. And there's another one called CU0055. His name is let's say Rag. And another one, his name is his ID is CU100, and his name is Stat Tate. Is it Tate? Is a good name to remember. I change the whole. So here you can see one customer can buy. He can buy multiple products, right? I can buy multiple products. He can buy chocolate. He can buy chocolate from CBA. Also, he can buy chocolate from. He can buy a Milo from Nestle. Also, he can buy a biscuit from CBA. So same goes to rack and one product. It can be bought by multiple. It can be bought by. It could be bought by multiple customers, right? Like this. A CBL can be bought by Rag. Another CBL chocolate can be bought by Drag. another CBL can go by date. So here it's a many-to-many relationship. You can basically see it. So what you gonna do about it? So I'm gonna create a many-to-many relationship. Customer has a product table. Just doing this. Customer has a product table. Boom. We have created a new table. Customer as a product table. So that's all. That's all for the question 4. Now let's move on to the question 5.